Hey there! In this tutorial, we will go over a really useful interactive sequence explaining the on and off transformation. Let's dive in. First things first, let's wrap our heads around what we're trying to do. We want one button animation to do two things: turn the screen on and off, and move the button up and down. Here's the game plan. When the screen is on and we click the button, we want it to go down and turn the screen off. When the screen is off and we click the button, we want it to pop up and turn the screen on. Simple enough. To start, make sure you have two different materials for the screen, one for the off state and one for the on state. Let's begin with the turn on interaction. First, create an interaction and rename it. Then, add an on-click trigger and use the eyedropper tool to set the button object as the target. Now, add a material action. Choose the screen as the target object and select the screen on material. Next, add a transformation action. Use the eyedropper tool to select the on-off button and create a new transformation. In our case, it's named Transformation 3. Set the transformation to change the position on the Z-axis and adjust the duration from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Open the preview mode and test the interaction. Next, we'll create an interaction to turn the device off. This part is cool because we can duplicate the entire turn-on interaction for the turn-off move. Just tweak a few things. Keep the on-click trigger the same, switch the material to the screen-off material, and set the button transformation to move back to its base state. Since both interactions share the same trigger target, we need to define when each can be triggered using conditions. For the switch-on interaction, we want it to trigger only when the button is at its base state. Add a transformation condition, choose the on-off button as the object, and select the base state with an active status. This means the interaction can only trigger when the button is at its base state. Now, add a similar condition for the off interaction. The only change is to set the transformation state to Transformation 3. This means the interaction can only trigger when the button is in its transformed state. And just like that, you've got an interactive button that controls your screen. You're ready to share your project by sending a link to the 3D viewer. Give it a try and see how it transforms your work.